LoreWarrior Campaigns Battle for Luthien. Personalities: Theodore Kirita. Age 55, rank Gunji no Kanrei, or heir designate of the Draconis Combine, affiliation Draconis Combine, homeworld Luthien, battlemech Masakari. Born on Luthien in 2297, Theodore Kirita is the eldest son and heir designate of Tekashi Kirita. As a young man, he received his schooling at the Sunjang Academy and Wisdom of the Dragon School. After graduation, Theodore was inducted into the Sons of the Dragon and assigned to the Third Sword of Light. Eventually, he found himself assigned to the Legion of Vega. Through his own personal initiative and adherence to duty, Theodore raised the Legion from a unit despised as the scrap heap of the Combine to one of its most respected fighting units. Age and experience have made the Kanrei an excellent administrator and cunning politician. Using guile and a subtle tongue, he's forged alliances with members of nearly every level of Combine society. Theodore's alliances even reach into the Yakuza through his most trusted lieutenant and friend, Shosa Shin Yodama. Speaking of which, Shin Yodama, age 30, rank Shosa, affiliation Draconis Combine or Dark Mist Yakuza family, home planet Marthik, battlemech type PXH-3M, Phoenix Hawk. Born on Marthik in 3021, Yodama was orphaned during the Steiner invasion of that world 7 years later. A group of Kirita guerrillas found the boy and adopted him as a junior member of their band. Marthik's Kuroi Kiri, or Black Mist, Yakuza family later recruited Yodama at age 18. He joined the Draconis Combine Mustard Soldiery. Yodama soon entered service with the 117th Naja Training Company and quickly distinguished himself by leading a raid against a rebel stronghold on Naja during the Ronin War and destroying 3 enemy mechs. In June of 3049, Yodama began service with the 14th Legion of Vega on Turtle Bay, where he met his new commander, Theodore Kirita, the eldest son of Tekashi Kirita, coordinator of the Draconis Combine. Following the Smoke Jaguar's invasion of Turtle Bay, Yodama again distinguished himself when he helped free Hohiro Kirita from a clan POW camp at Kurushiyama. Yodama has since contributed and continued to serve the Combine and the Kiritans with distinction, most notably in the defense of Walcott. Narimasa Asano, age 54, rank Taisa, affiliation Draconis Combine, Genyosha Regiment, home planet Algidi, battlemech type HTM-27T Hatamoto Chi. Narimasa Asano began his DCMS career with the Second Sword of Light. Following the duel between Morgan Kell and unit commander Yorinaga Kirita on Mallory's World, DCMS command transferred Asano to the 5th Razelhag Regulars and demoted him. Later, when Yorinaga began assembling a unit to destroy the Kellhounds, Asano deserted the Regulars and made his way to Yorinaga's HQ on Nashira. Yorinaga accepted Asano into the newly formed Genyosha and restored him to the rank of Chusa, the position Asano had held in the old Second Sword of Light. Chusa Asano served with distinction throughout the 4th Succession War, racking up a total of 15 mech and 3 fighter kills, making him the Genyosha's leading mech ace. When Yorinaga Kirita performed seppuku on Nusakan after his defeat by Morgan Kell, Asano assumed command of the Genyosha. The elite unit fought well during the War of 3039 and the Ronin War, and grew into 2 full regiments, largely due to the charismatic leadership of its commanding officer. The Genyosha saw little action during the Clan Wars, until the Walcott operation, where they proved instrumental in the defense of the world. Tekashi Kirita, age 82, rank Coordinator of the Draconis Combine, affiliation Draconis Combine, home planet Kagoshima, battlemech type Grand Dragon. Though age and physical infirmity have taken their toll on the Coordinator's body, his mind and spirit remain as sharp as the edge of his sword. Much of Tekashi's early life was spent in learning the traditions of the samurai ethic. As a youth, he enrolled in the Sunjang Military Academy. Tekashi graduated near the top of his class, despite his father's request that his instructors drill his son more rigorously than any other cadet. Tekashi's academic record was so outstanding that his father insisted he enroll in the Wisdom of the Dragon School, where the heir designate once again graduated with top honours. After his graduation, Tekashi received command of a lance on Marlowe's Rift, where he first traded shots with the Federated Commonwealth. For the next 7 years, the Kirita distinguished himself as a good soldier and excellent tactician. Tekashi ascended to the throne of the Combine following the assassination of his father Hohiro in 3002. Morgan Finn Kell, age 66, rank Colonel, affiliation Kell Hounds Mercenary Regiment, home planet Ark Royal, battlemech type Archer. Kell graduated from the Nagelring Academy in 3004, but was given a year-long deferment from his obligatory military service so that he might travel across the Lyran Commonwealth with his cousin, Arthur Luvon. During that year, Kell, Arthur Luvon, and Katrina Steiner vanished from the Inner Sphere and posed as pirates to avoid assassins sent by Archon Alessandro Steiner. When he returned from hiding, Kell entered service with regular LCAF forces. Following Arthur Luvon's death in 3010, Morgan resigned his position, and along with his brother Patrick, formed the Kell Hounds. The Hounds, with Morgan at their head, served the Lyran Commonwealth and later the Federated Sons. Following his famous battle with Yorinaga Kirita on Mallory's World, Morgan withdrew from the Kell Hounds, leaving his brother in command of the regiment. Morgan became a virtual recluse on Sanya, and he remained in that solitude for 11 years until he received word of Patrick's death at the hands of the Genyosha. On his return, Morgan took command of the Hounds, now 2 full regiments, and during the Fourth Succession War, Morgan once again faced Yorinaga Kirita in single combat, and once again the mercenary handed the samurai a defeat. Following the war, Morgan married Salome Ward. Their son, Phelan Patrick Kell, would become one of the best-known mech warriors the Inner Sphere had ever seen. Jamie Wolfe, age 72, rank Colonel, affiliation Wolf's Dragoons, home planet Strana Meshti, battlemech type Archer. Born on the clan world of Strana Meshti, the freebirth Wolfe earned the status of mech warrior early on. Sent into the Inner Sphere with his brother Joshua to spy for the clans, Wolfe organised the warriors he brought with him into a mercenary company. For the next 50 years, Wolfe and his dragoons moved from contract to contract, gathering intelligence on the Inner Sphere for their own use and for transmission back to the waiting clans. In 3028, Coordinator Tekashi Kirita, influenced by the corrupt warlord Grieg Samsonov, issued his infamous Death to Mercenaries order, aimed at wiping the dragoons from existence. Wolfe defeated the Combine forces thrown at him on Misery, however, he would escape to the Federated Sons. The Fourth Succession War nearly did what the Combine could not, all but destroying the Dragoons and Wolfe along with them. After the war, the Dragoons retired to their landhold on outreach to rebuild, and by the time the clans recalled the Dragoons, a call Wolfe would refuse to obey, the unit had regained its pre-war strength. When the clans launched their invasion of the Inner Sphere, Jamie Wolfe set his own plans into motion. He sent invitations to all of the heads of the successor states, asking them to join him on outreach, and there, he and his staff trained and equipped the Inner Sphere leaders to combat the clans. Dorian Worth, age 47, rank Sarkhan, affiliation Clan Smoke Jaguar, home planet Strana Meshti, omnimech type Daiichi. Sarkhan Dorian Worth began his military career by testing out at the top of his Sibco and defeating 3 opponents in his trial of position to earn the rank of Captain. Assigned to the 53rd Jaguar Battle Cluster, he served with distinction during the intramural battles that marked clan history before the return to the Inner Sphere. Eventually, Dorian earned the rank of Star Colonel and assumed command of the 53rd's Trinary Alpha. In a trial of Bloodright in 3026, he won the blood name Worth, and later that year emerged from a trial position with the rank of Sarkhan, junior only to Smoke Jaguar Khan Kincaid Fury. A cold, calculating warrior, Worth can be aggressive or subtle, depending on circumstance. Many believe Worth will someday replace Fury as Khan of the Smoke Jaguars. Severin LaRue, age 55, rank Khan, affiliation Clan Novacat, home planet Dagda, aerospace fighter type Sitha. A headstrong individual, Khan Severin LaRue was called before clan disciplinary board several times during his training as a young man and was near expelled from the Clan Warrior caste at one time. Only the intervention of Abram Radek, his predecessor as Khan of the Smoke Jaguars, preserved his warrior status. Although Severin tested out near the bottom of his Sibco and made a poor showing during his trial position, his superior combat skills became apparent once he entered military service. Assigned to the 32nd Novacat Assault Cluster, the lackluster cadet shot down 3 Clan Firemandrel fighters during his first engagement. Severin rose quickly through the ranks, scoring some 30 kills by his second year with the 32nd. In 3020, Severin, now a Star Captain, won his blood name by defeating Star Colonel Bala in a trial of Bloodright. 10 years later, he achieved the rank of Sar Khan by defeating all comers in a trial of position, and took his place as Khan of the Novacats following the death of Khan Abram Radek in 3035. Lucien KH, age 50, rank Sar Khan, affiliation Clan Novacat, home planet Babylon, Omnimech type Manowar. Sar Khan Lucien KH tested out at the top of his Sibco and won the rank of Star Captain during his trial of position. Assigned to the 25th Garrison Cluster, Khan quickly distinguished himself by leading a flanking march against the challenging Steel Vipers during a trial of possession for the Codex of Star Colonel Kerry Ward. Khan hid his mech in a thick copse of trees and cut off the Vipers' line of withdrawal as they turned back to their dropships. The Steel Viper commander surrendered to Khan, providing the future Khan with credit for the total defeat of the enemy force. After winning his blood name in 3027, Khan ascended to the rank of Sar Khan in 3046. And so the personalities are laid out before us here, with the Battle of Luthien about to start with the next one. I know it's a bit of a slow start for people here. We've got a lot of the background stuff, and I've just had stuff about some horrendous artwork for people. Jamie Wolf did not come out well out of this set of artwork. Jesus Christ! I mean, Morgan, Finn, Kell. He looks like an Easter Island stone. Like Tekashi Kirita looks like death warmed up, for fuck's sake. Narimasa Asano looks fine, you know. Shun Yodama, he's got a very square head. Theodore Kirita, I mean, for 55, he's looking pretty damn good. I mean, his skin don't crack. The Clanners, on the other hand, suffer somewhat. I mean, Dorian Worth just looks like a fucking, if a Geodude evolved into a human. There doesn't seem to be much of an actual human there. It's just this fucking thing. Severin LaRue, the artist, was clearly inspired by Steve Buscemi and just decided, I'm going to copy him. So it's just Steve Buscemi with an I Heart New York mug for some reason. And then Lucien KH, I don't know what went on with Lucien KH. He's got forehead for days, he's got a weird tattoo on his fod, and that's all we learn about this character, is just this unusual looking man. The artwork was... Battletech artwork for a long time was extremely low, let's say. Like the mechs, some people think the mechs are bad. Correct. When they started to draw people, it got bad at times. It got real bad. Some people came out alright, others were just horrendous. But yeah, as far as the personality is concerned, obviously we've got our main leaders here. We've got, Theodore Kirita, who's basically the overall commander of this entire thing. Shin Yodama, who's got an enviable task of trying to keep Tekashi in line, making sure he doesn't, run off down a hill and get everyone killed. Narimasa there, who was a steady hand, who's definitely going to be able to lead his men without too much trouble. Tekashi, who just wants to get stuck in because he's a mental old bastard. And then you've got the two characters that are clearly the ones that are going to make the real difference in the battle, in the form of Morgan, Finn, Kell, and obviously Jamie Wolf. These two are the ones that are really going to be the more important characters of the narrative. And then the Clanners. The Clanners are just there just to be bad guys, really. They're just, there's not going to be as much about them. They're ultimately just going to be the foil for the heroes of this particular narrative. So yeah, there's not really much given there. I did find it interesting that on the write-up that the Omnimech types that they gave for both of the clan pilots, they used the Inner Sphere classifications rather than the clan designations. So not a direwolf, it's a Daishi, for instance. That was a bit weird. And Manowar instead of Gargoyle. So yeah, that was a bit odd. I thought it may have actually used the proper names, but no, apparently not. So yeah, the next episode will actually be the very first... Oh no, actually no, I'm talking absolute shit there. it's not the next one. The next one will be the Order of Battle. We'll actually, see how many mechs and infantry and tanks and all the rest of it will be, featured on this battlefield from all three groups involved: clans, the mercenaries, and the combined forces. Also, apologies about some of the art in some of the earlier ones. There just isn't a lot of art. The book has a lot of kind of mech on mech kind of stuff, but I want to save those for the actual battle pictures. So this one was alright because I just had pictures of the different personalities that I can just have on the screen, which is fine, and I can scare people with the artwork. But the earlier episodes with the background stuff, there is very little artwork that is actually applicable to what is happening on the screen. So I do apologise for previous episodes just being like lots of the same kind of image, or just like a flag or a faction symbol or something along those lines. I had nothing else I could do. I tried to... In all the years, all the books, they have never done just like a picture of some clan as having a bachal, for instance. Just, no, not happened. I can find a picture of Ulrich Kerensky. Finding images that are not awful looking in black and white in the books for, say, the First Sword of Light as a unit. Tiny little coloured images that are on things like Sana. There's no other links online for anyone who's made a larger image, and damn, I don't have the fucking digital art skills to put that together myself. The same with the Otomo. If I find a Genyosha image, I can find the biggest one that they've ever produced. I could paper the wall with the fucking thing. But if I want to find images of the other units now, and the clan ones, the clusters and the battle groups and all that, if there is artwork for them, it's non-existent. I can't find it. So there's just a lot of stuff, unfortunately, that I just can't have any interesting images for, which sucks, because I'd like to obviously have more images rolling up. And I suppose I could have recorded some footage of just random unrelated Battletech game stuff, but then I don't know whether I know a lot of people just have these on in the background rather than actually watching them, because that's what it is. It's more audio than anything else anyway. It's background material, so it just seems like a lot of extra effort to go into for very little. I'm not doing a comedy bit or anything, and I don't have a team of people who can go out, and I'm not asking for money to be able to afford to pay an artist to like create a bunch of stuff for me. As much as I'd love to be able to have a bunch of bespoke artwork, it's just unfortunately not within my capability personally, or a budget, because I don't have a budget to do this. So I know some people can roll their eyes a bit and whatever else, but this is what I'm working with here, people. I'm not asking you for money for listening to these or anything else, and I never will. But yeah, so apologies there if you do get a bit sort of perplexed, confused, miffed, whatever about like sometimes like the amount of art that's used. It's like, if it doesn't exist, I can't use it. So yeah, other than that, thanks for listening. I'll catch you for the next one. I hope you're enjoying these, and have a good one. Bye bye.